The distant past.
At dawn of day, the water sings. In heat of sun, the water sings through mists of night. The water sings below chill of ice. The water sings
The songs of seasons.
with life and health. The water sings, anointing birth. The water sings, easing pain. The water sings, cleansing death. The water sings.
The song of life.
For those long gone, the water sings. An ancient past, the water sings for those to come. The water sings to future time. The water sings.
The song of the gods.
Beyond the mists of time I was born, of warrior stock, but not a warrior. My face had no warrior's beauty, my foot had none of a warrior's fleetness, nor my arm a warrior's strength. In a world of warrior heroes, I was an outcast, travelling the land, surviving on wit and wile. But the gods had blessed me with two gifts. I had the voice of the bard and the sight of the seer. With one, I celebrated the past. With the other, I foretold the future. As I travelled, I knew my destiny and that I could not escape it. Homestead after homestead, season after season, I was drawn to the dark water in the forest of the north, where I knew that I and the spirits would be one.
A disfigured face, a disfigured mind.
He must be destroyed. He must be destroyed.
A twisted back, a twisted soul.
He must be destroyed. He must be destroyed.
A withered arm, a withered heart.
He must be destroyed. He must be destroyed. A broken foot, a broken man. He must be destroyed. He must be destroyed.
Speak. Speak, you half-man. Why have you come to our land, and for what intent? On whose instruction do you seek us out, and for what harm? Speak on your life.
I am the spring that gives birth to the water. I am the rain that swells the water. I am the stream that feeds the water. I am the song of the past. I am the river that flows from the water. I am the mist that rises from the water. I am the stank that drains the water. I am the voice that is to come. The song of the past, the voice that is to come. For the gods put fire in the warriors' heads. They gave me a vision of where the sun rests.
He talks in riddles that mock our gods. He mocks us with his cursed words. A twisted body that mocks the shape of man. How the gods must have laughed when they saw your broken form. You mockery of a man. Mock no more. We shall finish what the gods began, and mock you as you drown.
So saying, they bound me, as they were bound to do, bound me and whipped me. Children laughed, women sneered, men cheered, and as the beating rain fell, they dragged me with drum and horn to the dark water, the ancient pool whose spirit and my spirit sang the same song. Weighted with rocks, they held me over the mirror of the depths. I saw the reflection of their fearful faces and my shape that so threatened them. I saw my destiny, saw my home, my spirit sang. Then a glint, a flash, a slash of knives. The water sang a calling song. I fell.
The mirror shattered, fled in rings to the bank.
A scream.
A struggle. A gasp.
Then calm. The waters of life embraced his life in theirs.
Celebrate, rejoice. In story and song, tell of the day that the voice of evil entered amongst us, great warriors that we are, and was silenced by the dark water. The same water that gives us life, that feeds each flower and plant, that flows like lifeblood through the land. The same water that cleanses the dirt from our hands and the blood from our wounds, takes evil from our midst and leaves us reborn.
Samhain, Imbolc, Beltane, Lunasa. Wild winds, fierce frosts, searing sun. Seasons passed, and the elements fought the battles that none could ever win. Buds, blossoms, fruit and dropping leaves, green, pink, red and brown. Then winter's skeletons burst with new life once again. And through all this, we hunted, we fought, we were born, and we died. But the gods looked kindly upon us, and we prospered. All was well in the forest of the north. Until
the mark.
Another.
And more.
Red as rowan, black as peat.
They flow like battle wounds.
But not with blood, with the slime of death, not the red water of life.
The smell of carrion.
Dead yet living.
Breath rattles, sweating with the effort to live, gasping for life.
The heat of fire, the cold of ice, the pain of both.
1,000 swords, but not as clean. Not a warrior to suffer like this.
A curse! A curse upon us! The gods have cursed us that we suffer like this.
It has a name. Its name is... Plague!
As we hunt.
Death.
As we eat
Death.
As we sleep.
Death. Death is alive and walks amongst us.
everywhere there was death. Death breeding death. Mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, whole families falling with the plague.
Use the elements to cleanse ourselves.
Water to wash bodies.
Fire to burn flesh.
Earth to cover ashes.
Wind to take the spirit.
And yet,
Body after body.
Scream after scream.
Grief after grief.
Death after death.
like autumn leaves, Blown by the breath of wrathful gods they fell. And they questioned their history, questioned their faith. But how could they appease the gods? How could they convince them to grant life before death?
The gods judge us. How have we angered them?
Who knows the way of the gods? They bring fires and floods, landslides and storms. They chase the beasts of the forest from us. They wither the plants. Do they need a reason? Our suffering is but a game to them.
You anger them with such talk. The gods must be appeased. The repentant gift of sacrifice must be offered to soothe their wrath and lift their curse.
How can we repent of that of which we know nothing?
If we all died, would the gods smile then?
And as others fell, one rose, tree-like among the withered plants, and a new voice was heard above the wailing cries of the old.
Fools! You fools! You mock our many dead! There is a spirit that casts its evil shadow over us, a spirit of such evil that it holds the gods at bay. Our songs and stories tell it all. Many snows ago, the forest of the north was visited by such a spirit in broken human form. Our forefathers drowned this creature in the dark water, but now its vengeful spirit returns. The spirit has returned to the dark water and through it poisons our people. The water of life is now the water of death.
The seer is right. The story is well told.
The dark water, the spirit of evil.
The curse that plagues us.
How are we to destroy this curse and return to the love of the gods?
Let it be known that it is the spirit in the water that plagues us. Let it be understood that no one must go to the dark water. Let it be realized that the water must not be used. On pain of death, let this be accepted by all, so that we may avoid the plague and once more prosper under the care of the gods.
So be it!
Now, the most fearsome warrior, the mightiest hunter in the north, was Berach, son of Gura and father of Jerhul. Not one festival day had passed from the time of the great decree by the seer, when Berach fell with the plague, and in tearing agonies passed from this world into that of the immortals. Jerhul had not seen her father's final suffering. At the start of his fever, he had given her a close embrace and kissed her cheek, but then sent her from his side. While he writhed and screamed in torment, she had been succored by other kin. But when silence came, she watched the rituals of the elements. With water, his body was cleansed. With fire, burnt. In the earth, his ashes interred. And the wind embraced his spirit. Jerhul then returned to the warmth of a mother's love.
Promise me, child, that you will not go near the dark water.
Why, mother?
Who are you to question my demand? I instruct, and you obey.
I know I must obey, but I wish to know the reason behind my promise.
It is decreed by the seer. The dark water is the fount of the sadness in our midst.
My sadness is for father.
That is the sadness of which I spoke.
But how are father and the dark water conjoined?
You have so many questions. You search for knowledge. You'll soon be of an age where you understand a great many mysteries.
The mystery I want to understand is about the dark water.
Tell me, child, how did your father die?
Struck down.
Yes.
Yet father was a great warrior. The bards say he was invincible in battle.
So he was.
So who is powerful enough to strike him down? I heard his screams. Distant as I was when you barred my home to me. I heard his groans. I heard your cries. So tell me, if no warrior could strike him low, what beast, what spirit could smite him so? And what is this to do with the dark water?
You choose your words well. Beast, spirit, both are true and the cause of all the deaths in recent spate.
What terrible monster roams abroad?
Not one of a form known to the hunter or the bard. This is no fire-breathing dragon, no many-headed beast. This is something worse. A creeping worm that moves unseen, sent by a demon. It writhes its way into the flesh of its chosen prey.
Broken warriors with weeping wounds, old women whose womb is spent, newborn babies, boys and girls yet to make a kill. All these I can understand, but only a fearsome beast could strike my father down.
Child, the word is plague. A rotten, inglorious, oozing, stinking death. Festering sores without, the swordsmith's fires within, and the bravest of all screaming like a child taking its first breath.
And what has this to do with the dark water?
The seer has spoken. The spirit of one long ago, a sorcerer and a demon, lies unquiet in that pool. He poisons the water and all who drink therefrom. My child, if you are to escape that which even the bravest of warriors cannot fight, you must obey the decree and make me your promise.
I do promise, mother.
My child.
Come, child. Hear the song of the water. Come.
Who calls me?
Come, child. Embrace the words of the water. Come.
Father, is that you?
Come, child. Feel the power of the water. Come.
Who are you?
I am the spring that gives birth to the water. I am the river that flows from the water. The song of the past, the voice that is to come. Where the gods put fire in the warriors' hearts, mine can tell where the sun rests.
Where are you? What do you want from me?
Before the call of the soaring lark, in the world of deepest sleep, you'll seek me out, embrace the dark. You'll feel my touch, at one with the deep.
I come.
Who can explain what forces drive the young? A promise no sooner made than broken. A girl, a voice within, and barefoot she walks to a forbidden place.
Pale skin and a paler light, hidden dreams, shadowed night. Woman child, confused, alone, a restless soul, depths unknown.
Promise me, child.
I do promise, mother.
Even in the fierce frost of festering death, there is the need for nourishing warmth. The hunt must run, the fires need fed, the harvest cropped, and shelter made. In a time of trouble, of consuming ill, then the gods say, work for all in common toil. But foolish man, when trouble calls, retreats, lashes out, takes arms, builds walls.
Me, myself, and only mine, above all others this time.
Or even worse.
The fault, the foe, the blame is yours. It can't be me. You are the cause.
Spare me some meat. My man is dead.
Hunt your own, or you won't be fed. My infant child needs fed by another.
Then let her die. I'm not her mother.
This load is so heavy. I can't manage it alone.
My hands are full. Bear it on your own.
And as she works, Jerhul grows faint. Her pale skin flushes, and the sweat stands proud like raindrops on autumn leaves. Hot and cold, head spinning, throat dry, tongue thick. And the child looks at her arm.
Jerhul, what ails you?
It is nothing.
You are sweating.
When the new moon rises, it's my time to wane.
Why are you rubbing your arm?
I brushed against some stinging nettles.
There's a Dakin.
No, I do not need it. I'm not my father's daughter if I cannot bear an itching plant.
Why so strong-headed? Here.
No, leave me alone.
You lie to me. Red-faced, sweat, itching skin. That is no rising moon, no nettle rash. My father's sister scratched and sweated, shivered and swooned. Then the slime, the stench. She screamed and died. Jerhul, you have...
Quiet! Look, it is true. I have the plague. But I beg you to say nothing.
Soon everyone will know.
Let them know when they can't harm me.
Harm you? What do you mean?
The dark water.
You went there?
Nearby.
You fool! The seer has decreed.
I know what the seer has said. Now hush your voice. If they hear you, they will harm me. I can face the agonies of the plague, but not the looks, the anger, the hatred of them all. Death at their hands might be faster, but full of disgrace. I cannot betray my father's memory like that. So promise me your silence.
You knew the decree and ignored it. You deserve all that occurs. I promise nothing. What will happen, will happen.
May all the gods help me. I'm so afraid.
Come, child, hear the song of the water. Come, child, embrace the words of the water. Come, child, feel the power of the water. Come.
Where are you? What do you want from me? Speak again. I'm so afraid.
Before the call of the soaring lark, in the world of deepest sleep, you'll seek me out, embrace the dark. You'll feel my touch, at one with the deep.
A curse is upon us! Listen to the words of your seer. Like withered leaves in autumn's first gale, our people fall. And as leaves dance in the air and on the ground until they rest on some rock or stump and their goodness feeds the earth, so we writhe in the agonizing blast of torment until our bodies rest against death's unmoving being, and we too feed the earth. But why is this so? Why, when I, your seer, have divined the cause of our suffering, does death's storm rage among us? Because, my people, there must be one in our midst who heeds not the words of the elders, who still walks to the dark water and with malice or blindness allows the Spirit therein a course into our hearts. In any battle, the work of the warrior is heightened if the foe ignores the arts of conflict and fights a creeping secret war. Search out this creature, this maggot that eats the fruit of our bodies from within our core. Destroy the foe, whoever that might be, and in that one act of destruction, return our destiny to the hands of the rightful gods. My people, your seer has spoken.
The seer has spoken.
Words of wisdom.
Spoken to us all.
The voice of
Spoken to us all.
Sounds of knowledge.
Not all.
What do you mean, child?
There's one not among us.
Of whom do you speak?
Jerhu, daughter of Barak, is not here.
But Jerhul is a child. She can be no threat to us.
She should be here.
Her father was a mighty warrior.
That signifies nothing.
She'll be collecting wild berries or chasing shadows.
We have too many shadows over us as it is.
Childish games, nothing more.
Woman! We must question your daughter.
But a child! How can she be in league with demons?
The darkest demons choose the strangest allies.
She's an innocent, without the wiles of a woman grown.
The young have depths of deceit not always seen. There comes a time when hidden urges erupt within the mind and soul of every child. Consumed with a desire for knowledge and full of self-belief, they reject the ways and teachings of their elders and follow their own path. At such a time, they form easy prey to a determined foe.
She has the mark.
What do you mean?
Her arm is like the wild rose. Colored blooms burst from her bleached skin.
Not Jerhu. You lie. Why do you say such things?
And she goes to the dark water. She told me so.
You poisonous animal! Why in times like this do we turn on our own?
Enough! If the child goes to the dark water, she is the poison among us. It is she who is turning on her own.
The dark water. Legend and hearsay, even if she has been to that forbidden place, it signifies...
Hold your babbling tongue! It is not for you to question the visions of the seer, gifted as they are by the gods. A lack of authority and a life of ease have left us open to this spirit as a wounded hare is to the hunting owl. We reap the harvest of past mistakes, and now is the time to return to the ancient values that made our people great.
Values that drowned that man in the dark water so many summers ago.
Woman, you try my patience. I call on all present. Seek out Jahul, daughter of Barak, and bring her before me. She will be questioned, her answers put to the test, and punishment inflicted upon her.
She should burn alive in the roaring fire.
She brought death into my family. She must suffer the torment I feel.
When Baruch was alive, they thought themselves greater than the rest of us. Now this soaring pride is brought, wounded down.
Who was her father? No great warrior could spawn so malicious a child. The fault of the mother is revealed in the child.
And as their reptile tongues flickered with venomous malice, Jerhul, her veins coursing with poison of another kind, was leaning against a tree, watching sunlight playing through the leaves above. Each shaft of light, a life. Each shadow, a soul departed. And Jerhul wondered where her own shadow would fall when the plague had done its work.
If my dead spirit could, like eagles, soar twixt sun and earth, then I could floating range. It's moving overhead, it touches all below, its passing change. The purple heather turns to darker hue, the blooming gorse from gold to lifeless brown. Rutting stags pull heads and upward gaze, while smaller prey run, fearful, underground. But man, more fettered than the noble beast, believes completely that the gods decreed his special worth, forgiving errant ways that lead to cruelty and inhuman deeds. And Blinker thus is busy at his toil, when casting shade twixt sun and earth I range. No second glance, no doubt. No, I was wrong. My shadow death, like life, makes nothing change.
Jerhul! You made me a promise, and now, oh my child, what have you done?
Done? I've done nothing, Mother.
You have the plague.
Yes.
Jerhul!
They're wrong about the dark water. It is not the fount of our sadness. Mother, when I'm gone, tell them. Tell them to look elsewhere. Tell them to look within, at themselves. We are plagued in so many ways.
They will not listen.
Hold me.
She's there! Set the dogs upon her! Rend her limb from limb!
And not I brings disease amongst you. I am as much a victim as all those who have already fallen to this dreaded plague. The seer is wrong. In this talk of evil spirits, think again. Let me die in peace.
The dogs have the scent.
Now she questions the words of the seer.
As did her mother. Corruption runs right through that family.
She must be punished for her evil deeds.
Die our death, not that of the plague. Sacrificed to the gods, not embraced by the spirit.
So saying, the crowd thronged forwards to take the child to vengeful death. Yet as they surged, strange sounds, borne by the wind, filled the wretched air, while all stood transfixed. Jerhul, with effort worthy of her warrior kin, rose to her feet and fled into the waiting wood. Then barbed briars scratched her as she ran, while toppled trees did try their tripping best, and mound and hollow sapped the last of strength, made scrub and shrub a tearing, tangled test. And at her back a barbarous baying brood in human form, with howls like hunters' hounds, held spear and sword and stone to strike her low, when they should run her, panting, to the ground. But all the while, a voice called out her name, while pack behind in murderous fury cried. It led her on. It gave her hero strength and brought her, gasping, to the water side.
Come, child, from pain of the plague, come. Come, child, from fear of their fury, come. Come, child, from the dread of disease, come. Come, child, from their barbs of blindness, come. Come, child, from the depths of despair, come. Come, child, from the curse of their cruelty, come. Come, child, from the dance of death, come. Hear the song of the water. Embrace the words of the water. Feel the power of the water from which life comes.
In water deep stood Jerhul, embraced by the spirit therein, and closing fast, the chasing pack dared not follow her and break the seer's forbidding words. So from the bank they let their missiles fall, wrathful towards the child, making stormy waves on the water's flat calm. But a mother's love is greater than fear, and braving the murderous rain, followed her child into the pool and sheltered her with an embrace. And in embrace, as mother took her child, she saw her arm as white as once before. No rose-red marks, no sign of rampant plague. There was no doubt. In truth, the child was cured.
Look! Look at the arm of this child! There is no plague here. She stands in the dark water, free from the disease with which she entered. This is not the realm of an evil spirit, but a healing spring of the gods. Believe your honest eye, not the blind tongue of the seer.
So saying, she walked to the water's edge. The noise diminished as she came, until only one voice could be heard rending the forest air.
Kill her! She is in league with the spirit! It is a sorcerer's trickery to fool you thus! Both have disobeyed my command. They both must die! Kill them! Kill them both! Destroy them! Kill them! Kill them! Kill them!
And with an aim truer than that of his words, he hurled a spear towards the loving mother. It hit its mark, and as she fell, the dark water turned to rowan red.
And the child! Kill the child! Do as I say! Kill the evil mother's evil child!
A pause. A silence. No one stirred. And the false prophet, madness in his eyes, turned and fled. In the blood-stained water came the child to kneel at her dying mother's bleeding side.
Upon that tree, I tore my clothes before I entered the water's healing balm. My plague is gone. I am cured, but the magic is not within me. It is in the spirit that dwells therein, a spirit sent from the gods in human form. The man was destroyed by our ignorance and hate, and we have paid the price in pestilent plague. But the spirit lives to wash away our guilt. Take my mother's cloak and spread it upon that tree. Let the water heal her wound.
My child!
Take not the clothes from off that tree. Let them remain from cloth to rag, from rag to thread, from thread to knot. It's a sign of our sin, our guilt, our pain, and our beliefs. If those without beliefs take cloth from off that tree, let them take our ills also, and suffer as we have done, through our intolerance, our blindness, and rejection of the God Spirit that exists in man.
And so it was that through centuries long came the afflicted of every sort to hang their cloth on grasping tree and trust the water's cleansing power. And those with faith might just have heard a voice, a song, as once, many centuries ago, it was heard by Jeruel, daughter of Berach, in the time of the Great Plague. The song of a spirit who, though destroyed in human form by the evil that is in man, in spirit form, brought good from the gods and awakened dreams.
The water sings, and my dream awakens. The water sings with the song of our fathers. With the song of rebirth, the water sings. My dream awakens. Awakening my dream, the water sings at one with the past. The water sings the span of time, the chorus. The water sings. Each word the breath of life, the water sings. Its dream is awakened. The water sings. Awakening its dreams, the water sings. For each birth, each bud, each bloom, the water sings. Rain now, the rain that writes a song. Each drop a birth, a life reborn. The water sings. The rain's dream is awakened. The water sings. Awakening the rain's dream, the water sings. Life from the gods, the water sings. In the land of my birth, dreams awaken. Dreams awaken in the world of the gods. The water sings. The dream of the gods. The water sings. The water sings. The water sings.